Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Today's Monday, January 9th. It is 6:17 right now. Market's going to open in about 13 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and set up this room real quick, and then we will get started shortly with our analysis for today. So just give me a few moments to finish setting this up. Shouldn't take too long. And we should be ready to kick off this trading week. So a couple things here to update. And I've been looking at US30 on the higher time frames. It's pretty bullish. So I think we'll have a buy today for the breakout 2.0 finally. I have a market up right here. I'll review that shortly. So just give me a few moments and we should be good to go. So it looks like the room is ready to go. Let me send this link out to you guys here in the premium. And we can kick off our analysis for today. Solid. It's good. A couple more things over here to update. I think we are good to go. All right, perfect. I'll give it a few moments for people to make their way into the room, guys. And once everyone's here, we'll get started shortly. All right. All right, cool. Let me get this link posted to our social media and we should be ready to kick this off. Hey, Van Outrig, morning, welcome back. Morning, Kenny, morning, everybody. So guys, happy Monday. Hopefully everyone had a great weekend. Today's Monday, January 9th. It is 6:20 right now. Market's going to open in about 10 minutes. So I pretty much set up the room already. There's a couple more things here to update and we should be good to go. I did a quick analysis of US30 for this morning. Looks like it's bullish. So if we do take the breakout 2.0, looks like it'll be a buy as long as we don't get a sell signal anytime soon. So I'm going to go ahead and analyze that real quick, a few moments to explain, my analysis behind it, why I think it's a buy, and if we plan on taking it. You guys have to understand that the risk with these types of trades needs to be adjusted, right? You're not using the full lot size for the breakout 2.0 because it is a bigger move. Let me post this up real quick. All right. Looks like we are good to go. All right, guys, solid. So looking over here at US30, the breakout 2.0 requires that we confirm the trend on the 10-minute, 30-minute, and 1-hour timeframes, right? Looking over here on the 1 hour, you can see price is bullish since price is above the pivots. Pivots are angling up, and the trend meter down here is green. Also here on the 30-minute, we have the same thing. Price is above the pivots, trend meter is green, pivots are angling up. And then lastly, here on the 10-minute, you can see the same thing. I'll just maximize this since we've already identified everything on the other time frames. We already know everything's bullish. Next step on here is you want to confirm the direction of momentum. Right here, we have a buy signal. So we're obviously looking for a buy. Since we have momentum bullish and we have the trend bullish as well. Next step, you want to enter on the open candle in the direction of momentum. So it'll be a buy entry right here. Depending on the range, you can see that we can either have a 1,000 pip TP stop loss or 1,500 TP stop loss. Looking at 1,500, it looks a little big. I mean, it's just like on the point right here for London Open, but it's still a little spread out. So the range there is kind of wide. So I'll probably use 1,000 pip TP stop loss right here. I'll have that set up. And it looks like I will possibly be taking this for the breakout. Just keep in mind to use proper lot sizing and risk. I'm only risking 1.5% on this trade. So for this trade right here, I'm going to be taking a 30 lot on a 200K account. If you're using any smaller account size, then, obviously use a smaller lot size, but I'm on a 200K account using a 30 lot size. With this risk here, I'll be risking 3,000. So 3,000 of a 200K account will be 1.5% risk, which is not too much. I think it's a solid risk to take for a move like this. If I do move my stop loss and profit, which I probably will, I'll let you guys know. It just depends on how the market moves. Other than that, let me check to see if there's anything else here that we need to be aware of. I don't think there's any news from this morning that needs to be marked up. There's no news today aside from consumer credit at 12 o'clock. And then at 8 o'clock, we have some news here on my FX book for consumer inflation expectations. So this is at 8 o'clock. So it's not really much for us to worry about because that's when our live session ends. But yeah, we'll be looking for a buy here on open, and we'll see how this ends up, moving when the market opens in the next 6 minutes or so. I kind of don't like when it has a lot of this pre-market movement right here. It's been pretty dead all morning, and then all of a sudden has this big candle. So I'm going to see how it looks in the next 5 minutes on market open. If it's too big of a candle, then I might wait a little bit for entry because I might want to wait for it to retrace back a little bit if that becomes the case. Otherwise, I'll probably take it, or maybe even just lower my lot size if I don't feel too comfortable about the move. So other than that, thanks, Maria. Maria just posted her US30 calculator on the Zoom chat. So if you guys want to download that, you guys can input your account size and whatnot to figure out what lot size you should be using for these specific moves here. So another thing I want to mention, guys, is for the scalps over here, I'm going to be using different TP stop loss. Typically we use 100, 300, but since the volatility is very high lately, market's been it's been moving a lot the past couple of weeks. I've increased it to 250 to 500. So instead of 100 to 300, it's 250 to 500, basically 25-50 split, just to provide more leeway for movement in the market. So that's one of the other main things that we're going to be doing here, guys. So if the market gets slow, typically it's going to slow down closer to summer. We'll make adjustments, but for the moment, that is what we will be using. All right, it's going to put the requirements right here. I'm going to put them in order because this is the order that they typically come in. Momentum scalp failure, momentum scalp variation, and then regular momentum scalp at the end. Right there. So basically to confirm the overall direction of bias here, you just want to look on the 10-minute here. It's obviously bullish. Price is above the pivots, trend meters green, pivots are angling up. Same with the 5-minute over here. Price is above the pivots, trend meters green, and the pivots are angling up. Lastly, over here on the 1 minute, we have the same exact thing. We also have buy signals here on the 10 and 5, so we don't really have to look on these time frames. Our main focus will be here on the 1 minute. So we'll see where this ends up going, but looks like we'll be looking for buys here with regard to the breakout and also for the scalps. So just a reminder, guys, for this right here, basically all the trades I'm taking a 1.5% risk. So for the breakout here, I'll be using a 30 lot if and when I do take it. And then here for the 1 minute scalps, I'll be using a 250 to 500 pip TP. So I'm just going to change this right here just for now, so that you guys can be aware. And then if we need to change it back to, the old settings, that's completely fine. It's just going to be a matter of time until we can really confirm, how our price is moving. So, all right, guys, market is opening in about 3 minutes. Everything's still pretty much bullish, so we'll be looking for buys here. All right, solid. Hey, AK, how's it going? Morning. Morning, Kevin. Morning, Gary. Morning, everybody. Yeah, Kevin said, hopefully the rally from Friday continues this morning. Yeah, which I can see happening. We didn't have that rally at the end of the year, so I'm assuming that, the rally is going to play out during, these first couple of weeks of the year. So All right, guys, market is opening in about 2 minutes. So we'll see where this goes. Got the breakout 2.0 marked up over here. Volatility is really, it's kind of iffy right now. It's like back and forth, but let's mark this up and we'll see where it plays out for the breakout 2.0. I just keep in mind that you guys are using proper risk. I think for our results, guys, I'll be basing it not off pips. I'm going to be basing it off percentage points because it's going to help with calculating proper results at the end of the week, because obviously these breakouts are going to have a bigger pip move versus these scalps here. So just to keep things pretty much in order and understandable for you guys. So even though the other trades have a bigger TP stop loss, guys, you got to keep in mind that the risk is the same. I'm still risking the same amount per trade here. All right, guys, market is opening in about 1 minute. So I got the breakout right here marked up. I'll be taking the breakout. Again, my risk is going to be 1.5%. So it doesn't matter if I'm doing 1,000 pip stop loss or a 500 pip stop loss. My risk is still 1.5%. So I'm not really risking all that much for these specific trades here. And these breakout 2.0s are basically going to be a set and forget. If I just TP or stop loss and profit, I will let you guys know, just to keep you guys in the loop so that you guys are aware and ready. All right, guys, market is opening in about 25 seconds. Looking for a buy over here. All right, guys, market is opening in 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Market is now open. So we'll see where this goes right here. This price continues to move along. So this is what I was kind of worried about on open. So this is why I was like, okay, I'm going to wait for it to kind of open up a little bit, see if I get better entry for the breakout here, because price was kind of moving around a little bit iffy pre-market. So I was like, okay, I'm going to wait for this to pull back a little bit. And then now I'm going to put a buy stop here to catch it as it swings back up for the breakout. So if you guys are just joining the room, basically pre-market price is pushing up kind of heavy. I was like, okay, if that happens, and price is probably going to retrace down a little bit, and I'll just wait for it to play out before I look for entry here. So I'm not in this position yet for the breakout 2.0. I was waiting for it to actually pull back. And then now I'm waiting for it to swing back up with the buy stop. Or, I mean, if you guys got in right away, it looks like price is going to swing back up anyway. So it's not really a big deal. But, you're going to get this crazy movement here on open, typically on Mondays, because it's the first trading day of the week. So Mondays and Fridays are usually the riskier days. Here we go as price swings back up. It's going to fill my order when it comes up here. But everything else over here looks, fine for me. Let me see if there's anything else here on the higher time frames. 1 hour is not really moving too much. 30 minutes not moving too much. Hasn't filled me yet, but it's going to in a few moments. Looks like if price, ends up swinging back up, which I do think it'll swing back up. So we'll see where this goes. I'm not going to get greedy here. I'm not going to enter for a discount. I could enter for a discount, but I'm just going to wait for it to come up and fill my order. The 1 minute over here dropped down pretty heavily. So let's go back over here. The 10 minute over here is, well, they all spike down. 10 minute and 5 minute spike down. So there's no alignment with regard to trend right now. So it's going to be hard for us to look for an actual entry as price continues to bounce around here. Looks like price is finally swinging back up. Looks like my breakout filled. Okay, so now I'm in the position. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to put my alert for the TP there. So that I can pull out of this if necessary. All right, so price is pushing up right here. Let me see. It's pushing up pretty nicely. It's kind of tight right now, so I don't want to move my stop loss and profit too early. But I probably should. So let me see where it's currently at. What's my lot size for? All right, for the scalps, I'm using a 60 lot. So let me go and change my lot size over here. All right, price is pushing up right here. Let me move my stop loss in profit. All right, so I'm moving my stop loss in profit right now, guys, for the breakout 2.0. Basically guaranteeing profits right here. All right. And I gotta adjust my I gotta adjust my lot size for these other moves here too. Let's see where it's currently at. Question from Will. Will is asking, so the variation momentum. Yeah, all the scalps here are going to be the same lot size. I know the same TP stop loss. Well, it's going to be 250, 500 for literally all the scalps. So let's see how this moves over here. We're getting some crazy movement right here on open. I mean, this is normal though. It's not like anything out of the ordinary. I'm just trying to look here for some scalps, but we're not going to have any scalps here just yet because of the back and forth movement. We need to have a confirmation here on the 10 and the 5. So the 10 and the 5 here, you can see this candle here is pretty huge. I'm pretty much waiting for this to confirm that it's going to stay above. And then from there, we'll start looking for some buys. But at the moment, we're kind of just waiting for this to confirm. So there's no scalps here that we can take at the moment until the 5 and 10 stay above the pivots. Right now, price is kind of just bouncing around as we follow it. Question from Stephanie over here. Stephanie's asking, I'm new here, what indicators you're using? I'm using my own indicators. So these are my own indicators here. I'm using the pivots indicator, sessions, or let me just go ahead and list. So let me just maximize this real quick. Okay, so I'm using the pivots indicator, momentum indicator, high-low indicator, sessions high-low indicator, volume indicator, and the trend meter down below. So since you're new here, you're probably not familiar with any of these indicators. Basically, each indicator identifies something specific that I'm looking for in the market, which aligns with our strategy here. I trade based off momentum and trend. So I confirm the trend, and then from there, I use momentum to identify my entries. So that is basically what we're using here. If you're not familiar with it, you can always check out our website, kodikaitrades.com. Right here, you can click on unlock your free access, and there's videos there explaining pretty much what each indicator does. If you don't want to sign up for that, it's completely fine. It's free. But if you don't want to, you can go to the YouTube channel right here, and then you can go to the strategies, and then you can identify pretty much everything here, how everything's done, what indicators are used, and how we apply everything. So not really too much like actual movement here in the market, guys. Price is pretty much just going back and forth as we continue to, I mean, there's not really much going on. Price is pretty much just ranging right here. It's a huge range though. So price just ranging back and forth. There's not really much for us to identify here. Looking over here, I think I got stopped out in profit on my breakout. Yeah. So I'm out of this position already, guys. I moved my stop loss in profit when price kind of spiked up over here. So it kicked me out around break even. I just realized it right now, which is fine. I just was feeling kind of iffy on this move here because there wasn't too much direction. I mean, price was kind of just bouncing back and forth. And, I basically just got kicked out of the position right there because I moved my stop loss in profit. Typically, I'd let the trade run because this breakout here it'll usually, go to TP or stop loss. But right here, just going back and forth super quickly. So what I did was I moved my stop loss in profit, and then I got pulled out around break even. So, I mean, it's all good. It's better than a loss. I'm going to be looking for some scalps here. Changing my lot size to, gotta change everything here. Lot size back to 60 for the scalps. Stop loss is set to 5. TP stop set to. I need to see like how this moves though, because if this continues to move slow like this, then I mean, I guess it's not considered slow. It's considered okay. Because I adjusted the TP stop loss to be wider because of the the volatility, but I mean, today's kind of slow compared to last week. So if you guys are still in the breakout, we'll continue to follow it, but I'm already out of it because I moved my stop loss and profit as price, swung back and forth here. I was hoping price would just blast through and go straight to TP, but not really much going on here. It's a lot of a sideways movement, which is what I was hoping not was going to happen this week, because we had a lot of directional movement last week. So I figured, okay, it's probably going to keep pushing, but it's not really looking like it today. So I mean, it's just a big range. 10-minute here still hasn't confirmed. It's, below the pivot. So we can't really look for any buys here yet until we have a confirmation. And it's right at the sessions too. So let me go over here and mark up opening price. There's no news this morning, so there's none of that to really follow. Here is opening price right there. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. There's not really much for us to take right now, so I can answer whatever questions you guys have. We're obviously trying to look for some buys here, but if this swings below, then we might have to look for some sells. But we'll see where this goes. All right, so I'm hoping we get another entry here because I'm not really making much on this breakout. See, Karen said 10-minute is also lining up with the snipe entry, but the wick is massive. Yeah, the wick is crazy. I would probably hold off on entering anything right now at the moment, guys, because there's no direction set. Once there's like a direction set, then you can start looking for entries. But at the moment, it's just a lot of a back and forth movement. I'm already out of this breakout 2.0. If you guys are just joining the room, breakout was a buy here. When price swung up here, I moved my stop loss and profit, and then it pulled me out when price swung back down. So I didn't really make much off that, unfortunately. But we'll see where this ends up going. So price is below the pivots here, but I think price will swing back up. I think eventually price will swing back up. I'm kind of tempted to see if I should make it a second entry onto here. If price does come back up to catch the actual move, because typically I don't move my stop loss and profit unless like I'm either absolutely sure price is going to continue up, or if I'm just iffy about the position. For right here, I was anticipating that price was going to go up. Like when price got to this point, I was like, okay, this is probably going to go straight up. So that's why I moved my stop loss and profit just to protect the position. But then price just ended up pulling back down. Lots of whipsaws happening right here. You can't see too much on the 10, but on the 1 minute, you can see how these candles here move. It's just a really like nasty movement here, back and forth. HC, how's it going? Brock, morning. All right, cool. Yeah, Maddie said 10-minute looks like it'll push up. Yeah, I think so too, Maddie. It's just going to be a matter of time. It's just a choppy movement here. I really shouldn't get greedy though, so I don't think I'm going to re-enter the trade. I'm just going to let it be. But we'll follow it. We'll follow and see where it goes. And then from there, I will be looking for some scalp. So if we do get price pushed up, back to the upside, then I will be looking for some scalps as we continue to move along, but we just don't have that confirmation yet. So I'm just being smart about trading today, guys. Today's Monday, so not exactly the day to take a lot of unnecessary risk. We have a whole week ahead of us, so you don't have to hop into stuff that are risky. It's barely Monday. We have like 5 days ahead of us. So, and typically on Mondays, we don't even have that many trades or any trades in general. So it's not really a big deal at the moment. Yeah, Brock said jumpy day certainly is. Took 3 trades and good for the day. Thank you for this live session, done for the day. Nice, Brock. Yeah, no, if you guys are happy with your profits for today, if you guys made profits on this trade, because I know some of you guys just like taking the breakout, you guys take a pretty decent lot size, so you guys can lock in some good profit off it. If you're happy with the move for today, then there's no need to really be forcing anything. I'm still looking for trades here though, so don't worry. Just because it is kind of risky. I'm waiting for a confirmation here. If the confirmation confirms on the 1 minute over here, then obviously I'll start looking for some more entries. But right now, it's just not looking like anything's coming up just yet. Price is kind of rejecting off the opening price right here. So it's just a matter of patience. I mean, these are all red flag areas anyway. So if we get any entries around these points, it's not going to be something that we can necessarily take. So it's really going to be just, it's going to be a game of patience today, patience and discipline, waiting for some direction to actually play out. Let's see. Laura said we do have a 1 hour gap below with Friday's news and many imbalances and liquidity. Yeah, no, I noticed that too, Laura. So I'm kind of iffy about really taking, like, that's what I'm looking for here. So if price pushes above right here, where we're currently at, if price pushes above, then, odds of it continuing are very likely, right? So that's why I'm waiting for that to happen. If price pushes above, then okay, great. We're going to start looking for buys here. But if price comes back below, like you mentioned, if it fills the imbalances and whatnot, then we'll start looking for some sells. But yeah, there's no reason to force anything right now. So I'm with you on your analysis. I'm just pretty much waiting for something here to actually happen, because price is literally just ranging back and forth where it's currently at. Once we have some sort of confirmation, then we can start looking for trades in that direction. But at the moment, we just don't have that yet. Yeah, the 5 is still kind of going back and forth. All these candles here have huge wicks. So not exactly the ideal trading condition that you want to be in, whether you're in for a buy or a sell. But I think price will be bullish. I think eventually price will break above and continue pushing up, kind of like how everyone else is analyzing it. Kevin's kind of looking for a buy here, or a bullish push. Maddie's looking for a bullish push as well. And then me too, because the overall trend here is still bullish. But until we get that confirmation, it's really just going to be a matter of waiting for something here to play out. So we'll see where this ends up going. So here, what I'll do here is I'll give you guys a screenshot of I'll just take a screenshot of this. It's easier than doing the individual screenshots. Okay, so here are my accounts so far. You guys can see I moved my stop loss and profit earlier, so I pretty much got stopped out for partial profits. The breakout's still running though. I should just let it run, or I should have just re-entered it. But it's all good. I'm not gonna jump back into this position here. It's still running though. So if you guys are still in the position, whether you guys want to move your stop loss and profit, pull out of the position, I would probably just pull out of the position, honestly, in my perspective, because I don't like how price is moving. I'd rather just pull out and profit right now rather than having to risk it, because this breakout is meant to hit right away. It's not supposed to be running back and forth for 30 minutes. You want to be in and out of this profit within the first couple minutes or so, because the breakout's usually where the market moves, right? If you can take that breakout there and catch the move, then I'd pull out of it. But if you guys want to hold on to it, it's still technically running. I'll follow it and we'll see where it goes. But I'm out of this position personally. And here are I'll just show you guys my profits, so that you guys can see here. This shouldn't really worry you too much. Even if it was in drawdown, guys, it shouldn't worry you too much if you're using proper lot sizing. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the session, I'm using a 1.5% risk. So even if I lost this trade here, it's not a big deal. I'm using 3,000. And I'm going to make 3,000. So as long as you use proper risk, these trades here shouldn't scare you at all, right? Because you're going to be risking the same thing you're risking for the scalps here. So that's something to keep in mind. I moved my stop loss and profit though because of the movement. Here is my profit so far. So here are all my accounts. My main account right here, I got 225. That's my FTMO number 1. My FTMO copier, I made 435 here. This is my personal Henko account. I made $11 here. My MFF over here, my first account made 405. Second account made 405. TFF made 390. Or sorry, MFF number 3 made 390. And then my TFF, I made 379. So I made decent profit. If you add it all up, it's well over 1,000. And that's pretty much what I locked in right here, because I ended up closing out early. I was supposed to make 3,000 though. So my goal here was to make 3,000 per account if it went to my full TP. But I don't like the way the market's moving right now, so not really going to sweat it too much. I'll just wait and see what we can get here on these scalps. Hopefully we'll get a better breakout tomorrow, but the breakout's still running. It's in profit right now, and we will see where it goes. Maddie said he moved his stop loss and profit for the breakout and got out break even. Yeah, it's all good. Some profit's better than no profit, of course. Patricia said we need this market to retrace. Yeah, and I agree too, Patricia. So what I need here, well, personally, what I'm looking for here is I'm looking for a bigger push because the pivots are right here next to opening price. So in order for us to take entries, the red flags still take place here. Like we're still looking at the red flag. So what I personally want to see here is I want price to actually push up like pretty high. And then like I want it to push up a lot higher. And then the retrace, obviously, like you mentioned. And then from here, I'll, look for my entries. Because if we get the retracement down here, like where it's currently at, we still can't take anything, right? Because we got the opening price right there. But here it goes, price pushes up higher. This is like basically what I marked up right here. What I was waiting for. I wanted to push up a little bit higher. So I want to push up, retrace, and continue. Once we have, something like this set up, then we can look for a possible buy there. All right, let me just take this off. It's all messy, but there's no direction here. So as you guys can see, there's still nothing going on here. It's just a huge range. So let me just take everything off right here, the volume. You guys can see that, there's nothing going on here. It's just a huge range. Like the range right here, pretty much market opened at this point, and then price is pretty much shot up about, let's see, market open right here at 630. Price pushed up about 400 pips, dropped down below about 700 pips. It's a huge back and forth movement right now. Looks like it's starting to stabilize a bit. So if price stays above here and just goes sideways, that's great because we'll have a stabilization of price. We'll know that price is above the opening price, and continuation to the upside is very likely. The one thing you want to be careful for here is that this is starting to create, like a resistance right here. And a lot of the stuff is really just irrelevant. This is all speculation right now. It's not really anything to worry about too much. What we're really looking for here is some sort of direction. So, you can speculate as much as you guys want, like as to like what's happening around these areas, but realistically, it's just a big range. So you have a support down there and you have a resistance up here. So realistically, this is just a huge range. There's no direction set. Price pretty much ranged about 1,200 pips, which isn't too much. This would have been enough to hit our TP if this was a breakout move, but this is a long time for it to bounce back and forth. So until we get some sort of breakout to the upside, like basically, let me zoom out a little bit. Okay, so price is currently right here. We need a breakout to either the upside, which is ideal because that'll be for a breakout 2.0 entry that's currently running, or we need price to drop below here. Once we have like an actual push in one direction, we can see the continuation. So price pushes to the upside, great. Catch it as it continues to push up higher. And then vice versa, if price ends up coming below, then we ride that continuation to the lower end, right? So it's just going to be a matter of patience until we can confirm this. I think price will continue to be bullish. I think eventually it'll push up, but I don't even know if it'll happen by today because there's not really much going on. There's no news. Typically, if there was news this morning, then that would push price, one way or the other. There's news tomorrow though. So Powell is speaking tomorrow morning. We're going to have some crazy movement, I'm assuming, tomorrow. Because Powell is speaking pre-market. He's speaking at 6 o'clock. Market opens at 6:30. We have IBD, TIPP, economic optimism, final wholesale inventories, inflation news. So we have inflation news tomorrow. Or this is for AUD actually. But yeah, tomorrow Powell speaking in the morning. Wednesday we have the 10-year bond auction. Thursday we have inflation news. So this is like inflation week. Basically, they're releasing all of the inflation news, and Powell will be speaking tomorrow. So I think today might be a back and forth movement, not really too much going on. And then I think tomorrow and the rest of the week is going to be a little more crazy because we have inflation news coming up pretty much every other day as we continue on with this trading week. Yeah, we have CPI over here on Thursday. This is going to spike price. I think this will determine the direction. Depending on what Powell says tomorrow, he's probably going to tell us that the economy is good or the economy is bad. And then on Thursday, the inflation news here is going to confirm that. So there's no news today until like 8 or 12. So we're probably not going to get too much movement. Maddie said momentum failure, hit full TP. Yeah, there was a momentum failure entry right here, guys, that Maddie identified. You can see the first entry right here. However, it was at opening price, so I wouldn't have taken it there. But yes, there was a momentum failure right here. Actually, I don't think it hit yet, man. If you're using the 100, 300 pip TP stop loss, then yeah, I would have hit. But if you're using the 250, 500, I think it's still technically running right now. It's in profit though. In profit and pushing to TP. Looks like it's about to hit right there. Yep, full TP. So if you guys took the entry right here, I didn't take it because obviously it's right at opening price. I don't take trades around these areas, but this was a momentum scalp failure entry. So looking at this strategy right here, first you want to confirm the overall trend. We've already done that, right? Everything's bullish here. 10 minutes bullish, price above the pivots, trend meter is green, pivots are angling up. Same with the 5 minute here, it's also bullish, price above the pivots, trend meter green, pivots are angling up. Lastly, here on the 1 minute, you can see price was bullish here as well. Price was above the pivots, trend meter was green, pivots were angling up. Second, you want to confirm retracement momentum signal on the 1 minute. That's what Maddie identified right here. There goes a retracement signal, and you would enter, or let me check the volume real quick. I don't even have volume on here. Volume was below average. So this right here would have hit your TP if you took it. However, the main thing here that you want to look out for, well, for me specifically, would have been the red flag, right? When to avoid trades when price is near opening price, which is its blue line right here. So for me personally, I would have skipped it. Maddie took it though, so nice work, Maddie. Full TP on that. If you guys took it as well, great work. But for me personally, I just skipped it because of the, obvious red flag right now. So I'm still waiting for a confirmation. I'm hoping we can get an entry here, but we just don't have it yet. Now that we've had this momentum scalp failure, the next entry that could come up possibly will be a momentum scalp variation. So this right here might be a momentum scalp variation, but again, right here, it's right at the opening price. So I'm personally not going to take it. If it does close, I'll mark it up and you guys can follow it, but I'm going to stick to my criteria here and I'm not going to take trades at red flags. So yeah, this right here is technically a momentum scalp variation. You can see this candle closed above the pivots. Or I don't know, is it above the yellow one? It's kind of hard to tell because it's so close. But yeah, this right here would be a momentum scalp variation. It's a risky one because it's like literally at the pivot. Let me just replay it real quick. So actually, this is not a momentum scalp variation. You can see this candle right here did not close above the yellow pivot. So you got to wait for the next candle to close in order to confirm it. I'm not in this position. I don't plan on taking it. Obviously, you can see it hits one of the red flags. It's still at opening price. So this right there is not a momentum scalp variation yet. If it does close, I'll put the setup right there. This might be, if this closes as a green candle, then I think this will be considered a momentum scalp variation, but it's at opening price. So not taking it. Yeah, so no closure above it yet. If this here closes with a buy signal, this will technically be both a momentum scalp variation plus a momentum scalp entry. So looking at the momentum scalp variation right here, we've already confirmed the overall trend. It's bullish. Confirm retracement momentum signal. We have a sell signal right here. Confirm price closes past the pivots and retracement on the 1 minute. Price did close below the pivots here. Now on the fourth step, you want to confirm price closes past pivots in correction of overall trend. So once we get a green candle here that closes above the pivots, this will be a confirmation of entry for the momentum scalp variation. On top of that, if we get a buy signal here, then this will also be an entry for momentum scalp, the default original strategy. Right here, the requirements confirm overall trend on the 1 minute, 5 minute, and 10 minute. We confirmed it's bullish. Confirm momentum on the 10-minute time frame. You can see we have a buy signal here. Confirm momentum on the 5 minute. We have a buy signal here. If this closes with the sell signal, then we have to start over. The requirements don't meet. So we'll come back to the 5, but right now we currently have a buy signal. So if we do get a buy signal here on the 10 minute, this will confirm pretty much all the requirements for both of these strategies right here, momentum scalp variation and momentum scalp. But until we get that, there's not going to be any entries here yet. It's just going to be, this market kind of sucks today. I was hoping we get like some direction, but this is not unusual for a Monday. Mondays are usually either really good or they're really bad, as in market super choppy and there's no direction. That's how it is right now. I mean, technically the breakout's still running. This breakout should have hit TP a long time ago, right? If you look at all the previous breakouts, they hit like right away. They usually hit within the first 10 minutes or so. But we've been holding on to this position, or this position has technically been active for almost 30 minutes now. Yeah, so here are my profits or partial profits locked in from the breakout 2.0 taken on the live session so far today. So I'm just going to go ahead and post this up. If you guys have profits to post up, feel free to send them over and then I'll add them to the list. So once we get an update for that breakout 2.0, then I will update it. But at the moment, we don't really have anything right now. Here's Maddie's profit so far. Maddie locked in a total profit of 324 for the day. Nice work, Maddie. Yeah, it looks like you hit some slippage on this, Maddie. Just like $10, which is understandable. Other than that, let's see. Brock over here posted his profits too. Nice work, Brock. So Brock over here locked in 756 for the day. Nice work off that, Brock. And then he took another trade over here, locked in a total profit of 862 off his account. Nice work, Brock. Yeah, definitely, Brock. I'll see you tomorrow. Looks like Brock is already offline. He just got on real quick, locked in his profits, and then he called it a day. So he took the breakout right here. You can see the buys he took, locked in. These are actually two different accounts. Or am I don't know if he took. Okay, so he's on two different accounts here. This one over here is for a buy. He took the buy for the breakout, and this was a different trade he took earlier for a sell. But he locked in the same profits. I'm assuming he used the same TP stop loss. So that's why it's the same profits. But nice work, Brock. Made some profit off the breakout earlier. Breakout's still technically running, so we'll follow it. But at the moment, there's just nothing for us to take. Okay, so here is this is the momentum scalp variation. I'm not in this position, but I'm just marking it up for you guys. If we do get a buy signal next, then that will be a momentum scalp entry, and I will be taking that one because it'll be outside of the parameters right here. Yeah, Will said he took the variation full TP, but damn, price is moving weird. Yeah, I agree, Will. It is moving really weird today. So Will took the variation right there. He took it for the original TP stop loss, 100 pip TP, 300 pip stop loss. It looks like it already hit TP there. If you guys took it with the original parameters, today I think I might use the original parameters as well because the market's just not moving enough. There's not enough volatility here to really reach our movement. But okay, this might be. No, I'm not going to take it. There's no buy signal there. We need the buy signal there to close in order for us to have a momentum scalp, but the market is moving kind of weird right now, so it's not really giving us the push that we need to get to that point. So I don't know. We'll see how the market moves. If it starts to move a little better, then maybe I'll increase my lot size and just go back to the 100, 300, but I don't really want to do that because the last thing I want to do is decrease my stop loss, make it tighter, and then increase my lot size. And then as soon as I enter the trade, we get like a crazy amount of volatility. So I'm going to stick to what I mentioned over here, 250 to 500, because the last thing I want to do is change my parameters and then price starts moving kind of crazy and it spikes me out. So we'll see where it goes. But basically, we're looking for a momentum scalp right now. This trade right here for the variation was not one that I would personally take because, again, right here, the red flag, when to avoid trades and prices near opening price. This blue line right here is opening price. So it's not one that I would necessarily take myself. It's just a messy market today. Today's not a good day to trade in general. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. I'm not in any positions right now. I'm just marking up these positions as we see them. The next one that I'm looking for is a buy signal. We already had the momentum scalp failure. This is the variation that's currently running right now. This strategy And then if we get a buy signal, it's going to be an entry for the momentum scalp. However, for this entry here to be valid, we can't be right at this opening price, right? This is going to be basically a no trade area. So the only trades that count towards the results, guys, are the ones that I'm actually taking. I'm not taking any of these trades right here, so none of them are going to count. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and take a screenshot of my individual profits real quick, since we have some downtime. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. Otherwise, it's going to hang out for a bit until we have some sort of confirmation. All right, if this candle here closes with the buy signal, technically the momentum scalp entry. So that's one thing I'll be looking for here. Let's see, question from Fernando. Fernando is asking, how do you fund your Henko? I fund mine through Bitcoin. Fernando. So I'll buy my Bitcoin on Coinbase and then I will transfer it to my Henko. That's how I do it. I don't know if there's any other ways to do it, but I think that's the easiest way to do it. Well, from my perspective, that's the only way I've done it. So it's the only way I actually know how to do it. All right, so we have a possible entry here for a momentum scalp if it actually closes, but it does not look like it's closing with a buy signal. Yeah, no buy signal there. Or actually there was, but it looks like it's kind of retracing down a little bit. I'll see if I can make a late entry here as price swings back up. Can't really tell if it's touching the, all right, I'll see if I can make a late entry here. So we have one, let me just clean this up. Chart's kind of messy. I'm going to keep the variation, which is right here. And then we have one more over here as well. So we basically have two trades running at the moment. Two buy entries that are currently running right now. Let's put a buy stop there to fill me. I'm not in position yet, but I'm waiting for it to fill me. So there's technically two positions running right now. I'm trying to get into this momentum scalp for a late entry though. I was waiting for it to close. It didn't really close right away. So I'm just kind of waiting for it to confirm, or I was waiting for it to confirm. As soon as it closed, price kind of dropped a little bit. So I'm basically just waiting at the moment for it to swing back up and fill my order. I could probably get in for a discount, but I'm not going to get greedy. I don't like how the market's moving. Typically, these trades are supposed to hit right away. So I don't want to be holding on to this position longer than I need to, waiting for it to actually, swing back to the upside. So I got my buy stop waiting right there for that momentum scalp. And then we've got two trades running at the moment, the variation and then also the momentum scalp at the moment. It keeps getting drawn back down to the opening price though, which is kind of annoying. The only thing that I'm like okay with here with taking the buys, because the breakout 2.0 is still running. So we actually have like 3 trades that are currently running at the moment. We have the breakout 2.0 still active, the momentum scalp variation, and then also the momentum scalp that's currently right here that I'm not in yet. All right, got my buy stop. Just chilling there waiting. I'm just taking a screenshot of my profit so far. All right, here we go. As price swings back up finally. All right, I'm done taking pictures, screenshots of my profits. Let's see, my position is now filled. All right, let's see where this goes. This market sucks. All All right, so looks like it's now filled. Here, I'm going to put some alerts here so I can kind of keep up with what's going on. There's too much going on the chart, so I need to put some alerts here. This is the momentum scalp. And then this is the variation. Yeah, Will said, I never seen that many wicks in a few minutes. Yeah, no, I agree. There's a lot of wicks here. Patricia said not liking the movement. Maddie said, I think it'll hit TP. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna, I'm taking a 1% risk. So it's like, whatever, whatever happens, happens. So that's the key thing, guys. So you guys should never be worried about your position, right? If you guys are taking a position, as long as you're using proper risk, it shouldn't affect you at all. Like if you're doing an FTMO or a funded account or anything like that, you have a max drawdown of 5%. So if you're doing a 1% risk, whether it hits your TP or stop loss shouldn't really affect you too much, right? You're still in the game. It's a long-term, you got to look at it long-term. So whenever I take a trade here, I'm taking 1% risk. Like for the breakout earlier, I took a 1% risk off this. So I was like, okay, if it hits TP, great. Usually I let the trade run, but this here has just been going back and forth all day today. So there's no direction. That's why I was kind of like, okay, I'm just going to move my stop loss and profit. And that's why I pulled out early. Typically I would let it run, but this trade here is it's been running for so long now that it just isn't making sense, right? Typically these breakouts, it's a breakout for a reason. You want to catch the breakout, which basically never happened. But it is still active. Same with these over here. I'm taking a 1% risk. So it's not really a big deal to me. It's like, okay, if I win the trade, great. If I lose the trade, great. It's not gonna make a big deal because I'm gonna make it back on the next trade. And these are for a 2-to-1 risk to reward. So our win rate here is pretty high. So even if I was to lose a trade, I'll probably make it back on the next trade or the trade after that. So you just have to look at it from a probability perspective when you guys are taking these trades. I know a lot of people get super stressed out, and the reason why you get stressed out is because your lot size is too big. So I think if you keep your risk between like 1% to 2% per trade, you'll be perfectly fine. I think the real stress comes from when you're over leveraging because you're worried that you're going to blow your account. But if you're doing a 1% risk, it's like literally impossible to blow your account. West said John Wick. I know, right? Too many wicks back and forth. Position is running right now. I think my entry might have gotten a little early, guys, for the momentum scalp because I'm currently in profit already. I don't know if there was slippage. That's kind of what filled my order, but I'm in profit right now on the momentum scalp. Variation's about to hit right now. It looks like. Where's my alert at? I swear I put an alert for this variation here, but oh, it's right here. Okay, my bad. Should put it down at the wrong price. Okay. So this is for the variation. Looks like it's pushing up, but there's just a lot of back and forth movement. Dijon said, I accidentally closed early. Yeah, Maddie said it hit his TP on the failure and momentum scalp. So Maddie had his TP. Maddie's going for 100 TP. So Maddie's going for the original TP stop loss. Maddie already hit his TPs for both trades, his momentum scalp, and then also the momentum scalp failure. These trades basically come in bunches. So like earlier, Maddie identified the momentum scalp failure. This one already hit full TP. Next entry to come up was the momentum scalp variation, which is right here. It's about to hit TP right there, it looks like. And then next step after that, we have the momentum scalp that's currently running. So let's see where this goes. Price is pushing up higher. I think it'll push up. It's just, the volatility here is just not really there yet. But I do think eventually it'll push up. All right. Variation is almost at TP. I don't know if I accidentally entered the variation instead of the scalp because I was almost at my TP already as well. We'll see where it goes. It's just a lot of back and forth movement. There's no other entries here to take. There's actually another momentum scalp failure right here, Maddie. I don't know if you saw it. Damn, that would have been a good one too. This one right here, momentum scalp failure. It got close to it, but not exactly the full TP. The momentum scalp failure is kind of lined up with the variation. Yeah, I don't really like the movement here. If you guys can see, the price is kind of moving around a bit, back and forth. And this is kind of like throwing me off because the breakout 2.0 has been running for so long. This trade here should have hit a long time ago, whether it was, TP or stop loss. And this is a smaller TP too. It's 1,000 pips. It's not the full 1,500. And the movement right here kind of sucks. See, Van Hartwig said, see you guys tomorrow. Have a nice day. Definitely, Van Hartwig. We'll see you here tomorrow morning. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not really liking the price movement here, guys. I might close out of the position early. So when price pulls back in a profit, I'm probably just going to pull out in profit. Because the movement here is it's back and forth. It's not really good. It looks like this might be considered, I mean, it is in a range, obviously, but it's starting to consolidate as price continues to move back and forth. Let me check the news to see if there's anything going on here. I'm still in the position right now, though. Let me check CNBC real quick. It's not the best money. It's not how I was hoping to kick off the trading week. A lot of this back and forth movement. Anyways, here are my profits, my individual profits. I posted them up right here. This is my main FTMO. I'm up 225 right now on that one. 435 off my copier. 405 off my MFF number 1. 405 off my MFF number 2. 390 off my MFF number 3. And then 390 off my TFF. Here's my Inco account, made 12 on that one. So not really much. But yeah, this market is just not, there's nothing going on. Let's see if there's anything else here. All right, so let's see what it says right here. Stocks rise as investors attempt to build on Friday's rally. Yeah, so I mean, even CNBC over here is mentioning that, price will likely be bullish, but it's just a matter of time until it actually does. So we don't have that confirmation yet. It's basically just a back and forth movement all throughout the day. I don't see any other news here. The Russia-Ukraine war is still going on, of course. Let's see. Zelensky speaks with newly elected president of Slovenia about continuing support. All right, so it looks like my position is back in profit, guys. I think I'll probably just pull out in profit soon as price continues to move around because I'm just not liking the movement right now. So let me just make adjustments right here. All right, let me see where it's at. All right, I pulled out early in profit, guys. If you guys want to hold on to it, great. I'm not feeling the movement right now. The movement's just not, I mean, it looks like it's gonna hit TP for the variation scalp. I locked in some profit off that. Let me see. Locked in 440 on my main account. Full TP on the variation. Of course, it hit as soon as I pulled out in profit. So here, I'm gonna do this real quick. Oh, fuck, man. It's all good. I'm so fucking pissed. I literally pulled out as soon as it went straight to TP. I knew this was gonna happen, but I just pulled out because I wasn't feeling it. It's all good. It is what it is. But yeah, it did exactly what I thought was gonna happen. It pushed all the way up because everything here was a buy with breakout 2.0 running. Variation hit, momentum scalp hit. So it's all good. It's one of those days. Steve said that's trading, correct? Yeah, I guess, yeah, it's considered trading if this always happens whenever I pull out early. I mean, it's okay. I still locked in profit, so it's not like I lost anything, but I did lock in pretty good profit right here. Let me go and just take a screenshot of this to show you guys the update on these positions. So that was the momentum scalp variation right there. Yeah, Steve said always better to take profit. Yeah, it's better than leaving, profit on the table, just like what Steve mentioned. So that right there is momentum scalp variation that hit full TP. And then the, damn, that would have been nice. That would have been like, shit. If I took all three positions here, or well, I did take all three, but this one here, I took for partial. If I let these two hit right here, that would have been 6,000 or no, that would have been 3,000 profit for me, plus the win on this one. But it's all good. I'll take a screenshot of my profits and I'll show you guys, what I locked in. But it's all good. I mean, the best part is that I still locked in profit. Let me see if my okay, cool. My copier gave me some slippage, so I actually made a little more profit on that account. All right. So let's get a little update here for this one. This is 250. That was for the variation. And then this one is just momentum scalp. And the breakout 2.0 is still running right now. So if you guys are in this position right here, it still looks good. If you guys want to move your stop loss and profit, I'd probably move your stop loss and profit for the breakout 2.0 if you guys are still holding on to it, because the movement right here is just not really ideal. Anyways, back to the entries here. Now we just got to wait for the retracement again. So price did push above, and now we're just waiting for this to pull back so we can take another entry. All right, so I just reset the chart. Everything's back to normal here. Let me take a screenshot of my profits as well. So Christian over here posted his profits. He locked in a total profit of 1,135. Nice work, Christian. Both wins today, so you had all wins, no losses so far. Pretty much took the trades that I took. So you can see right here, Christian took the breakout and then the momentum variation. So nice work right there, Christian. That's pretty much all I locked into. Let me go and take a screenshot of of mine as well. Maddie over here as well. So here are Maddie's profits. Maddie locked in a total profit of 771 for the day. Maddie took the breakout. He got some slippage there, small loss at break even. He took the variation here, momentum failure, another variation, and then a momentum scalp. So Maddie technically would have had, all wins here except for this, movement of slippage right there. But total profit of 771 for the day. Nice work, Maddie. Dijon over here said a little salty, hit the button, but profit is profit. Yeah, I'll help you with that in a little bit. Dijon, I saw your thing there. Let me just forward this real quick. And then Sam over here as well. He said took partials on the breakout and full TP on momentum scalp. So Sam over here actually held on to the position, locking a total profit of 1,312. Nice work, Sam. Here, I'm just going to take a screenshot of basically all my accounts here, so it's easier for you guys to see. And then I'll take the individual screenshots as well as we have more downtime. So let me just post this up real quick so that you guys can see my profit so far. So profit so far for today's profit so far across all my accounts for the live session today. All right, so you guys can see my main account here. I locked in 669. My FTMO copier, I locked in 849. My Henko account, 1564. My MFF number 1 locked in 759. MFF number 2, 759. MFF number 3, 744. And then my TFF, 659 right there. So not too bad. I mean, it could be better, but it's all good. Some profits better than none. Let's see, Kevin over here posted up his profits. He's currently at 4,308 off his Henko account. So you can see right here, all wins, no losses. Nice work, Kevin. Man, you know what I hate about the Heiko though? Look at the commissions. I mean, it's all good. It's not a lot, but I always hate seeing the commissions. I'm like, damn, I literally just threw away those profits. That could have been potential profit, but it's all good. Yeah, I know, Maddie. And then his TD account over here, 2,400 for the day. Nice work, Kevin. Sorry, I got that a sneeze. So yeah, great work, Kevin, with your profit so far. If you guys have any profits to post up, feel free to post them up. Otherwise, we'll continue looking for more entries here. We need a sell signal here to come up in order for us to have, another entry at this point. Nelly just posted some profits as well. He said, I have my phase 2 on copier. That's why there's no green strip. But these are the profits that he locked in. So he locked in a total profit of 2,718 for the day. Nice work, Nelly. So it looks like he took the breakout right here. I can see the timestamps, 6:30. You took a smaller lot size, smart move there, adjusting your lot size to the move. And then your scalp here that you took, 70 lot, total profit of 1,603. So great work right there, Nelly. We got Cameron over here as well. Cameron's currently up 2,003 for the day. So nice work right here, Cameron. Took a couple of buys. Took one sell right there in this last buy right here to lock in. Total profit of over 2,000 for the day. All right, so there's no entries for us to take at the moment. I'm looking for a sell signal here to come up. Everything still looks fine. It's still bullish here on the 10 and 5. The 1 minute here is still technically running. So we're still waiting for this here to give us that retracement so we can look for an entry. So out of these 3 strategies, the first entry that's going to come up is going to be a momentum scalp failure if it does come up. I'm a little iffy about entries right now because the direction of price isn't really moving as smooth as I'd like. So we'll see. This would technically be a momentum scalp failure if it closes with a sell signal. Got about 15 seconds left on this here. I don't know if it'll close because we're getting a lot of back and forth movement here. We kind of want some sort of consistency when price starts to, obviously bounce around like this. So this right here would be, nope. So it did not close. There's no entry there for a momentum scalp failure. You got to wait for the actual candle to close. I was waiting for it, did not close. So I didn't take the trade there. Price is coming back down to opening price right here. If price comes and touches it, then it's going to invalidate our entry here, or a possible entry, because it's going to be a red flag. So again, let me pull up the red flags here. When to avoid trades: when price is near opening price. Price is right next to it. If it touches it, it's going to invalidate any possible entry for, yep, and it touched it right there. So no entry for momentum scalp failure right there because of the red flag at that time. So unfortunately, no entry here for the momentum scalp failure. Other than that, all right, let me just go take screenshots of my individual profits so far. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. 7:30 right now, so we still got a lot of we still have a lot of time. But if price continues to move back and forth like this, I don't know if we're gonna have any more entries, which is fine. Today's not necessarily the best day to trade, so I'm not gonna force anything here. If I see something good, then great. If not, then I'm just going to take it easy. I think volatility will pick up as we continue on with the trading week, especially with the inflation news and Powell speaking tomorrow. That'll cause a lot more movement. Question from Christian. Christian said that would be considered a red flag is opening price, right? Yeah. So basically any of these horizontal lines, Christian, basically any lines going across the screen here, left to right, they're going to be considered red flags. Sessions are going to be these purple, green, and red line. Opening price is going to be the blue line, and news price is going to be the pink line. We don't have any news today, so you're not going to see any pink lines, but everything that goes across the screen here is going to be considered a red flag. That's going to be areas that I would be avoiding for entry. So this right here would be a momentum scalp failure. I typically don't like when it's like this, where it's a sell signal, but the candle is green, because you kind of get in for bad entry. Because typically if it's red, you'll get in from like way down here, right? But if it's green, you get in from up here. So I don't generally like entries when they're invalid. You can still take them because they're probably still going to work. But personally, I don't like them like that, because you get in for bad entry. You're kind of giving away like a lot of profit right here. You're giving away about, yeah, like 100 pips, which is like basically halfway to your TP at that point. But yeah, obviously red flags at the moment. Yeah, no problem, Christian. Everything is still kind of new to you, so it's just going to be a matter of repetition until you really get everything down. All right, I'm going to finish taking screenshots of my profits real quick. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. This might be a possible momentum scalp variation if it closes above the pivots, but it does not look like we're going to be getting that yet. Yeah, there's no entry available yet. All right, still don't have it. This candle has about a minute left, so it's got a lot of time. So if this candle here closes, this is going to be both a momentum scalp variation, and it's also going to be a regular momentum scalp. So it's basically a two-in-one entry. But I mean, I still don't like how price is moving. I wish price would move a lot smoother, but it's still not really ideal, the way that it's going back and forth so much. Yeah, Steve said too much ranging for me. I agree, Steve, 100%. So I don't think I'm going to be looking to take any more entries until we have some sort of direction set. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. If you guys are new here and you want me to explain, any of these strategies to you, drop your questions in the chat. My goal here is really to help you guys out, because it's just the same process every day. I mean, if you guys want to sit in on these live sessions, I do the same thing every single day. It's like literally the same strategies. These 3 strategies plus the breakout 2.0. This here should have hit profit like an hour ago. It's still running. The breakout, typically it's supposed to happen right away, but there you can see obviously there's no direction in price. Price just keeps going back and forth as we know it. So that right there should be a clear indicator that this market sucks, because typically there should be at least 1,000 pip move on open, right? Market open right here an hour ago, there should be at least 1,000 pip move. There hasn't been 1,000 pip move in either direction, because it hasn't hit our stop loss and it hasn't hit our TP. 1,000 pips isn't very, very much. 100 points is not too much for US30, because this is like one of the most volatile assets that you can really trade, especially on New York Open on a Monday. My guess is that a lot of people are just being a little more careful, because we have inflation news coming out later today, or not later today, later this week. So what I'm assuming is that people are just being really careful today, because we have Powell speaking tomorrow. So I think people are just waiting for Powell to speak. So we're having low volatility today. And then also we have the inflation news on Thursday. So that's kind of what I see in the market, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see how how these end up confirming. Yeah, Christian said there's a variation coming up. Price needs to close above the yellow pivot right there, and it needs to be pretty clear. So it doesn't look super clear to me, but if it does, then that will be a variation that you could possibly take there. So yeah, it looks like the variation is going to close. Let me see if I get into this position here. All right, I got into it, currently running. This is a variation and a momentum scalp. I didn't even get a chance to take a picture of all my profits. So let's see, I'll let the trader run there. This doubles up as both entry for both of the strategies. I might even get a chance to finish taking screenshots of my profits. I got to redo it again. It's cool. All right, so let's see. Currently in profit about 1,000 almost on this position here. Almost at my TP. You can see I'm gonna have to manually close out of this if it doesn't get to my. I should hit TP right there, guys. Full TP. All right, so full TP on there. Fuck, man, I should just let it. It's all good. So there we go. Full TP on that right there, guys. So another full TP for us today. So you guys see how these strategies play out? It's like clockwork. It's easy. You see this one here come up, next one, next one. There's actually 3 entries here that came up. Momentum scalp failure that came up right here. Momentum scalp variation came up right there, and then also momentum scalp. So this is like really easy because we have a process here, right? If you see this entry come up, this entry is coming up next. After this entry comes up, this entry will come up. Sometimes these will come up together, but it's super easy. It's like there's no guesswork. You just take the trade, hit your TP, and you're. Damn, I was trying to take a screenshot of my profits, and now I got to do it all again because I have 6 accounts, so it takes a long time for me to get through. I mean, whatever. Who cares, right? I hit my TP. So anyways, let me go ahead and just mark this up here. So these were technically 2 entries. I'm going to go and give you guys a little update here. There are 2 entries that fell within the same candle. So this was a momentum scalp variation because price closed above the pivots. That was what Christian was identifying earlier. So we have this right here for a momentum scalp variation. And then this entry right here is also a momentum scalp. I'm going to break them down so that you guys understand which entries here fall under what. And just let me take a screenshot of all I have too many accounts, so it takes me a long time to take screenshots of the individual accounts, but I locked in some pretty good profits today. Yeah. Okay. So here are my accounts so far. Let it run to full TP. Now let's post it up over here real quick. Let me check my MT4 if it actually hit TP this time. No, whatever. Giving partial. Anyways, right here I locked in 2,139 off my main FTMO, 2,319 off my FTMO number 2, Henko account over here 38, MFF number 1, some slippage across all the accounts, 2,199, 2,253 on off my MFF number 2, MFF number 3 locked in 2,154, and then my TFF right here I locked in 2,079. So as you guys can see, you know, I'm literally just letting these trades take their route. I'm like entering the trades, letting them run, and you can see that the volatility is starting to pick up. That's why I changed the TP stop loss to 25.50 because we need to have enough leeway here to catch the movement. I mean, if price was closer, it'd be easier, but I think it's safer to have it at this range here. Breakout 2.0 still running. Wow, this is finally gonna hit TP. 1,000 pips finally. 736 right now. So in order for us to have another entry here, we're just waiting for another retracement. Momentum scalp failure right there. Yeah, Sam said breakout hit full TP, only took about an hour. Yeah. So much for a breakout, right? It was more so like an intraday trade at that point. And then here we are. So now that we've had our entries, it goes back to step 1, right? We're looking for another momentum scalp failure. So once we get that, we'll look for the entry. If not, then just gotta wait for the next entry to come up. So the 2.0 is still running. The original breakout hit TP. That's one that Sam's referring to. I'm not gonna document that one because I didn't take that trade. I'm only documenting the trades that I'm actually taking and making profits off. But yeah, here are my profits so far. Finally, a full TP. Yeah, the breakout 2.0 is almost there. Yeah, it's right there. It's about to hit. Go almost there. Man, this market is so weird. See how slow it's moving? It's almost there. I mean, if you guys are in this position, I recommend just closing out now, guys. Don't get greedy at this point. Just pull out. You're probably off by like a few pips. No need to really get greedy at this moment. It's gonna hit. There you go, full TP. Damn, today's a pretty good day actually. The market sucks, but everything hit. We have no losses today. I think we had about 6 or 7 trades, all full TPs. Man, what a day. All right, another update real quick in the chat, and I'll take a screenshot of my profits. If you guys have any profit to post up, feel free. Otherwise, we'll continue on with this live session. It's 7:38 right now, so we have about 20 minutes until 8 o'clock. We still have some time, but full TP on the breakout 2.0 for a gain of 1,000 pips. Man, what a day. All right, so Christian over here posted his profits. He said full TP locked in another 750 for the day. Nice work, Christian. See Maddie over here. Perfect. Yeah, Maddie said starting the year off 10-0. So Maddie here is currently up 10 wins, 0 losses for this year so far. Nice work, Maddie. Took another win right there. 11 wins, 0 losses. Solid. John over here said second trade, I'm good for the day now. Locking a total profit of 320 for the day. Nice work, John. All right, solid. Yeah, if you guys have any more profit to post up, feel free to post them up. Otherwise, we will look for more entries here. But it is getting close to 8, so I don't know if we'll have any more from now until then. But pretty solid. Yeah, Christian said that was a nice momentum variation. Yeah, that one was a really good one. That one literally went straight to TP. It was literally what we were waiting for. Those are how all the entries should play out. All the entries should go straight to TP, like this one over here. But it's just the market was kind of iffy throughout the entire day. The other entries here took forever to hit. This one took forever to hit. This one took forever to hit. And this one went straight to TP like it was supposed to. So it's 7:40 right now. Since we have some downtime, I'm going to go ahead and take a screenshot of my profits. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Otherwise, looks like we'll hang out until we get another entry. I don't think we're going to get another one though, because it's already 7:40. I mean, we got 20 minutes, so maybe we'll get one, maybe a momentum scout failure, but I'm pretty satisfied with my profits for the day so far. So I don't know if I'm going to look to risk anything, because I'm pretty much convinced that the market is not really going to do much for the rest of the day. You can see here, it's now starting to consolidate. It had that big push right here. We're probably going to get a sideways movement for the next 20 minutes or so, because typically when you get a breakout like this, price will just continue to consolidate a range before it chooses another direction here. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. Otherwise, I will hang around with you guys here. I'll see if I can find any more entries, but for the most part, I'm not really inclined to take any unnecessary risk. I'll add up all my profits here and you guys will understand why, because we already pretty much locked in. I think I'm pretty much up a 1.5% gain across all my accounts for the day, which is not bad. I'm going for conservative growth here, guys. I'm not looking to make $1 million in one day. I'm looking to make 1 to 3% a day, which is more than enough. If you guys can do that every single day consistently, then you're going to have a lot of profit by the end of the month. End of the month, end of the year, end of the week, etc. So what I recommend, guys, is keep goals in mind. have a goal that you want per day, whether it be 1%, 2%, 3%. Have a goal for the week, whether it be 1%, 2%, 3%, and then have a goal for the month. I think everybody's goal for the month should be around 10%. I think 10% it's not too conservative, but it's also not it's not like out the ballpark. Because the thing is, if you can score 10% every month, you're basically passing a challenge every single month. And passing a challenge is probably like one of the most difficult things that you guys have done, right? So if you guys can consistently lock in 10% a month, and then get to like, 100% by the end of the year, that's a huge gain, especially if you're on an FTMO account, because that's a lot of profit. That adds up towards the end. Anyway, so I'm just like on my phone right now trying to screenshot this. There's no entries. I'm still looking at the screen, so it's not like we're missing anything. Yeah. Yeah, no, Christian said that's my goal, 10% monthly. Yeah, I think 10% monthly is it's a pretty moderate goal. It's not like too conservative, and it's also not too high. Because I think, for me personally, I think that the main thing a lot of people have issues with is consistency. If you guys can find consistency, that's like a game changer for everybody. All right, I finally took a screenshot of all my accounts. I have like 6 accounts, so it took me a while. Let me post them up over here real quick. All right, so we got this one. This one. All right. So this is the thing. If you guys can find consistency, you guys can do what I'm doing, right? I have multiple accounts now. When you have that, it's easier for you guys to just stack profits. So looking at this right here, here's my main FTMO account. I locked in 2,139. Here's my second FTMO account. I got some slippage that worked in my favor. I locked in 2,319 on this one. Here's my MFF number 1. You can see all my MFF accounts here are different. They're all different profits. I locked in 2,199 on this account. My MFF number 2 locked in 2,253. And then my MFF number 3, I locked in 2,154. Those are my MFF accounts. And then here's my TFF. I locked in 2,079, some slippage. Obviously, I usually get the least amount of profit on my TFF. And then my Henko account right here, my personal account, locked in 3,896. So not too bad. At some point, maybe I'll deposit more money into my Henko account so I could take bigger lot sizes, because if I was using a full, like an actual normal lot size, this would actually be 3,896, right? Because I'm just going to be increasing the lot size when I do deposit more, but I'm pretty satisfied with what I've got so far. And I just don't like the risk of trading my own personal account anyway. So like I'm okay with blowing like money on my FTMO because it's not my own money, but on my personal account, I feel like it messes with my trade psychology. So yeah, I mean, eventually I'll add more to it, but at the moment I'm pretty cool with where it's currently at. So profits. Locked in today during the live session. So yeah, these are my profits for the live session so far. And this is what I mean about like you being able to find consistency and just pretty much rinse and repeating the process across all your accounts. Because if you guys can do this every day and lock in, 1,000, 2,000 a day per account, literally it adds up to a lot. So like if I was to add this up, I know it's not per account, but so if you just add it up right here, 2,139 plus 2,319 plus 2,199 plus 2,253 plus 2,154 plus 2,079 plus my Henko account over here, 38. So across all my accounts, this is how much profit I locked in for this live session so far. And I did all this stuff live. So you can't fake live trading. I did all this stuff literally with you live. I showed you the analysis. Even for these positions here, which I pulled out early, I still logged in partial profit. We did all this just from today. If you guys rewatch the live session, you'll see my analysis for each trade. I took the trades and then I posted my profits here. So I showed you guys the process, literally A to Z, what I did here. I analyzed, identified the entry, entered all my accounts, added it to my copier, locked in profits, posted my profits here, everything streamlined. So, I mean, if you guys can mimic what I'm doing, like literally just take the trades I'm taking every morning, you guys should have no problem being profitable long-term, because I'm literally taking only the high probable trades with the highest probability. So this is all just from this morning. There was no pre-market trades. Everything here was done, live with you guys. And I do this every single day. So, I mean, if you guys want to be profitable trading and not actually do too much, just sit in on the live sessions and take whatever I'm taking, because I'm only taking trades that I'm like absolutely sure going to hit. I think that's the easiest way for you guys to like legitimately pass, a challenge or just stay profitable, because, I'm only aiming for a certain amount of trades a day, but each trade that I do take is very high probability. So yeah, I mean, if you guys have any other questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. It's getting close to 8 o'clock. So I don't think we're going to have any more entries here. It's 7:48 right now. So we have about 12 minutes till 8. 8 is my cutoff for trading. But later today, I will be having the group mentoring session. So if you guys have any questions, or if you guys want to attend the session later, the mentoring session will be today at our normal time, 2 p.m. Pacific. I'll be pretty much going over the entries from today. I'll go over the strategies, answer whatever questions you guys have, pretty much help you guys out with whatever you guys need help with. But I mean, realistically, if you guys are not confident with your trading, just take whatever I'm taking, because whatever I'm taking is probably going to hit. And if I exit early, you should probably exit early as well, because the way I analyze the markets, I can kind of anticipate what's going to happen next. So yeah, that's cool, Maddie. Just let me know if you can't make it today. That's cool too. Yeah, or if you want to come late, that's cool too. Yeah, if you can't come tomorrow, Maddie, tomorrow's cool with me too. I don't think I have anything for tomorrow. So just let me know what the plan is. Either way, I'll be having the mentoring session today at 2 o'clock. All right, let me see if there's anything else here that I'm missing. Riga's asking, Kevin, is Henko trustworthy? Yeah, I haven't had any issues either. So I like Henko. I think Henko is probably one of the better brokers I've used. I used Hugo's Way for like the longest time, but I started having issues with withdrawals when I started withdrawing a lot more. So that's why I moved to Henko. I haven't had any issues with Henko so far, but we'll see. I guess time will tell if they remain consistent, long term. Nick said, I'll be back for round 3 of my funded adventure. Yeah, no, definitely, Nick. Yeah, 100%. You should be good. Yeah, no, Kevin said, listen to Sean, I do, and I hit my daily goal every day or exceed it. And his daily goal is 20K. Yeah, no, definitely, guys. When I've been trading US30 live for like the past 3 to 5 years now. So like, I pretty much understand how US30 moves. And whenever I take these entries here, these are all pretty much designed for these types of moves that happen during these live sessions. So I only trade from 6:30 to 8. That's about it. Sometimes I do look for some Forex trades here. Let me just check real quick. There just hasn't been any good. Damn, we missed this entry right here, Maddie. I don't know if you saw this one for AUD USD. It's too late to enter now, but it was an entry. 32. Yeah, this entry came up at 6 o'clock. I wasn't really paying attention to this because I was looking at US30. So I missed this one right here. GU has a possible entry coming up too, but the trend here hasn't confirmed yet. So I don't know if I'll take this just yet. Yeah, Gary said Sean is my savior. Yeah, no, definitely, Gary. It's good to have you here. All right, so this GU here has some time left on it, but it hasn't really confirmed the upwards trend yet. I mean, it's starting to shift to the upside. You can see the 8 hour here starting to shift, but it hasn't really confirmed yet. So not necessarily anything here at the moment. USD CAD, nothing there. USD CHF, nothing there. USD JPY. There is one here that's currently running. Everything here is bearish. short position right there. But again, this move here is just a little too big. So I will not be taking this USD JPY position. It's currently running though. So if you guys are looking to take a Forex entry, this is one that's currently active right now. Not one that I would personally take myself because I don't like entering when the stop loss is too wide. Typically, I place my stop loss at the swing high. Swing high is right here at 87.2 pips. My max stop loss is generally going to be 500 or 50 pips. But I think this is too tight for the movement. So I'm not going to take this here. I'll be looking for a possible entry here for a buy on GU and then possible entry here for NU. If it is closed and provide an entry, I'll post it up in the premium groups. Otherwise, we're just gonna have to wait for something here to come up for us to take entry. But other than that, I think that might be it, guys. So let me see if there's anything else here. Yeah, C6 said that's what he's been waiting for. GU as well. All right, guys. So I'm just looking at the chat. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Yeah, if you guys dropped a question in the chat and I didn't answer it, guys, go ahead and just drop your question again. There was a lot of messages that came up during the middle of the session when I was scalping. So I think I might have missed a couple. But if you guys still have that question, just type it up and then I can answer whatever you guys need help with. Otherwise, I will be having our mentoring session today at 2 p.m. I don't have anything planned for the mentoring session. So what I'll probably be doing is I'll probably be going over all of the entries we took today. I'll look over other entries that came up, after the live session, and then we'll probably review a couple of strategies here. Yeah, other than that, today was a pretty great trading day. Let's see how many trades we took. Or let me just update this real quick. All right, so let me just post this update here. One other thing here. All right, so let's just look at the trades real quick. So for the day so far, we had, so we started the live session right here. We had about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 trades today that hit full TP. So total profit or total gain today of, let's see, 1,000 pips, 500 pips right here. So that's 3,000. 500 pips right here. That is 4,000 pips. That's a lot of pips. So we logged in like about 4,000 pips for the day. We have 5 trades. So that's about, each trade is, man, I don't even, here, let me check real quick. So each trade was 1,500 divided by 200K count. So 75%. So we had, well, not 75. It's basically a 0.75% times 4 plus 1.5. So for today, we had a total, if you took every trade that we marked up here during the live session and you held it to full TP, you would have had a gain of 4.5% across your account. I like doing things off percentage points because pips are not really going to dictate, how much you really gain because everyone's using different account sizes and lot sizes. But if you're going off percentage points, you would have made 4.5% because the breakout here is a 1-to-1. So that was a 1.5% gain. And then each of these right here were 0.75% profits. So 4 trades here for the momentum scalp variation and momentum scalps. And then for the breakout, this is a 1.5% gain. So total percentage gain for today is 4.5%. See, question from Fernando. Fernando's asking, so when you withdraw from Hanko, it pays with Bitcoin, then you sell the coins. Am I understanding it right? So you can only withdraw the same way that you deposit it. So yeah, Fernando, if you deposit it through Bitcoin, then you can only withdraw through Bitcoin. And then once you withdraw through Bitcoin, you convert that to USD or whatever currency you're using. And that's how you make a withdrawal or how you cash out basically. because you can't deposit through cash. So if you buy into Bitcoin, you'll withdraw through Bitcoin, and then from that you'll convert it to cash, or you'll sell it for cash. That's how you get in and out of that. That's the thing with like unregulated brokers. They don't take cash most of the time, so you have to do it through some type of crypto. Let's see. Christian's asking, Sean, you were implementing the 2-to-1 risk reward on the scalps today, right? Yes, that is correct, Christian. If you need to see the screenshots, Christian, just go and take a look at basically any of the profits here. If you go here and click, you can tell that it's a 2-to-1 because it's only half the profit of the stop loss. So yeah, we're going to be using that 2-to-1 for a while now, guys, while the volatility is high. If the volatility starts to die down like around the summer, then we'll go back to the 10-30 split. But right now, 25-50 is what we're going to be using, because the volatility is a little too high. You don't want to get caught in unusual price spikes. So, all right, guys, I think this might be it for today. Let me see. Kevin said, I withdraw and deposit on my Henko with USDC, and it goes to my Coinbase card. And I just leave the money on there because it works like a debit card. Gotcha. Yeah. So that's what Kevin does. For me, well, I didn't even know you could do that because I don't have the debit card from Coinbase, but thanks, Kevin, for that input. For me personally, I send it back to my account. I typically don't really I don't really make withdrawals on my personal account though. Like what I do is I'll make withdrawals, but I'll keep the Bitcoin or whatever I'm buying, because I just want to hold on to that in case, Bitcoin does go back up at some point. So for me personally, I don't really need the trading profits from my personal accounts because I make a lot of my profits from my funded accounts. So I don't really need the personal account too much. And the profits aren't even huge, right? So you guys have seen my Henko account here. I'm probably making like, a couple $100 a week or so until I increase the lot size or I make the deposits bigger. So if anything, I might just keep the money in there and then just keep growing it until it gets higher. Bitcoin looks like it might be climbing back up, but I don't know. It's at 17,000. So I just use that as like a long-term account. Anyways, I think that's it for today, guys. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. It is 8 o'clock, so this is our cutoff for trading. There's no entries here for US30, so it's not like you guys missed anything. We have a pending sell signal here. If the sell signal does close, it'll be a momentum scalp failure, and then it's going to set up for another 3 entries. I'm not going to take it though, because I'm done trading at 8 o'clock. This is my cutoff, but technically there is a trade that is currently running right here. See if everything's still bullish. Yeah, everything's still bullish. So technically there's a trade that's currently running right now. This one, I'm not going to take it because it's 8 o'clock. I got to stick to my game plan. I don't trade after 8 usually. And there's also news right now at 8 o'clock. So you might want to be careful. My FX book said that there is consumer inflation expectations right now at 8 o'clock. There's more news at 8:30 and then some more here at 12 o'clock. So, all right, guys, I think that's it for today. If you guys have any questions, feel free to email me, Sean@KodiKaiTrades.com. Otherwise, if you guys are new here and you guys want access to the indicators and the strategies that I just explained for today, that I do apply on the daily, just go on our website, KodiKaiTrades.com right here. Click on unlock your free access. You'll get access to everything there. If you guys want access to the YouTube channel, click on this link right here. It'll pull this up. And if you guys are new here and you guys want to watch all my live sessions on YouTube, just go ahead and subscribe and turn on notifications. Whenever I go live about 1 or 2 times a day, sometimes more. If you turn on notifications, YouTube will email you whenever I go live. So they'll email you, say, hey, Sean's live right now. If you want to watch his live stream, click on this link and then you can watch them there. So yeah, guys, I think that's it for today. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to we have one more question here from Nuwan. Nuwan's asking, hi, do I need to get membership for live trading? What are the benefits when we get the membership? So you get the Zoom, you get access to the Zoom, right? Which is real time. You're on the YouTube right now. If you're on the YouTube, then there's a 30 to 1 minute delay. So it's kind of impossible for you to take these scalps here if we're scalping, because by the time we enter the trade, you're not going to hear that we're in the trade until like 30 seconds later. So if you really want a live trade, you need to be on the live session, like the actual real-time live session. So if you sign up for the just the live sessions, you'll have access to the Zoom, which is real time. Nothing's delayed there. It's just real time data. And you can see when I enter trades right away. If you want access to the actual strategies, then you can have access to these indicators, my strategies, the mentorship, all that stuff. And there's just two different options. So if you go on the website here, just scroll down to click on pricing right here. And then for 75 bucks, you'll get access to just the live sessions and the groups, basically all the premium groups here where everyone posts their profits and everyone collaborates. Or if you want access to the actual indicators, this is the one that you would choose right here. So, I mean, it just depends on you. If you want to apply the strategies yourself, you can do it because you'll have these indicators to apply whenever you want throughout the day. Your trading doesn't have to stop at my cutoff at 8 o'clock. If you want to continue trading for the rest of the day, you can trade for as long as you like. Like this one here is probably going to hit TP. I'm not in this position, so it's not going to count. But yeah, there's another position there, full TP right there. So if you took that position there, you would have locked in another 3,000, right? And then there's another entry right here. So there's another one that's currently running. This one just hit TP. And there's one more entry running right here. I'm not going to enter this because my criteria is that I don't trade after 8. And that's how I'm able to stay consistent. I don't get greedy. So, I mean, it just depends on like what you want. If you want to have just access to the live trading sessions, then the Zoom's fine for you. If you want access to the indicators so that you could have taken these trades here outside the live session, I mean, you could have access to that as well. I mean, it pretty much pays itself off, right? If you take one trade, like for example here, like Maria, right? She took a couple trades today. She locked in 144. That would have paid off a whole month of the live Zoom sessions. So, I mean, it's really up to you what you want to have access to. If you just want access to the Zoom, then this one's fine. If you want access to the indicators, then indicators and the Zoom, then this one here includes pretty much everything. All right, so I think that's it, guys. No problem, Gary. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And if there's anything else that you guys want help with, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I'll be back here in a couple hours, about 6 hours for the next mentoring session today. Damn, looks like this one's gonna hit TV2. I should have taken this trade, but it's all good. I got to stick to my criteria. So, all right, guys, I'll see you guys here in about 6 hours for the mentoring session. If you guys have any other questions, reach out. Otherwise, I'll see you guys here a little later. So catch you guys then. Have a great